Hey everybody, it's Matt Pinfield once again coming to you from 2007's Dewey Beach Music Conference. And right now I'm sitting with the guys from Rookie of the Year. It's Ryan and Mike. Guys, great to see you.
What's up?
Yeah, you too.
You know, I heard you guys were from the Carolinas. I thought cool mid-Atlantic states, but you guys actually live all over. How did you guys end up coming together? Were you all there originally and then moved around, or how did you form the band? I'm really curious.
I started the band as a solo project. And
Yeah, Ryan, you had your own record out first, didn't you?
I lived in Florida and Orlando.
Yeah.
And did that and then moved back home and then got all my best friends from around the States to fly.
That's cool. How did you meet everybody originally?
Yeah, well, me and Ryan, my old band toured together, and I ended up joining. I'm from New Jersey. And
Where in Jersey are you from?
Marlboro. It's like central.
I know. I grew up in the town next to it, East Brunswick.
Oh, are you serious?
I'm from right there, man.
It's like 10 minutes
next
away.
to Sayreville, Marlboro, New Brunswick.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
whole scene.
Right by Rutgers too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a bar that was a big part of the early, like hardcore and emo scene called the Melody Bar. You probably heard of.
Yeah,
besides the basements, and I ran the music at from like the early '80s, mid '80s till I went to MTV while I was doing 106.3. But yeah, man, and all those great basement shows. So there's a lot of
yeah, we've done some basement shows in New Brunswick.
a lot of history in that area. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So tell me about really how you all knew each other then, because you said you got your friends from all over the place that ended up forming Rookie.
Well, yeah, I joined the band. I knew Ryan because, like I said, we toured together. Then we got this guy Pat to play bass. He lives in Philly. We didn't really know each other, but mutual friends. And then we were touring for a while. We had another guy in a band the kid named TJ, and but he left, and we got this kid from Mississippi to play drums now. And then our guitar player lives in Des Moines. So
that's cool. So you got people from all over the place. Ryan, how did you end up getting into music and starting your solo project? Was it something you just did?
I grew up playing like in hardcore bands and went down to Florida to have some fun. And the band broke up, and I just started doing acoustic stuff and eventually turned into what it is now.
And you look at people doing acoustic stuff, you know, like Chris Carrabba's, what he did from, you know, what he was doing before he formed his whole dashboard, but just people in general, how they'll break off and do those things just to do shows as well. I mean, just, you know, to get out there and do things.
Definitely.
Let's talk about your record, too, The Goodnight Moon. Tell me about the record.
it's called The Goodnight Moon. We released it like over a year and a half ago, and just pretty much been touring off it since its release.
And The Goodnight Moon, tell me, did you guys put that record out yourself, or?
No, we released on 111 Records.
Oh, 111's from down there.
They're from Orlando.
Yeah, they're from Orlando, actually, which is very cool. Did they come and see you guys play in Orlando, like the Florida Music Fest, or how did they discover you guys?
We were friends with a band called the Spill Canvas.
I know the Spill Canvas.
And then This Day and Age, and they kind of just helped us out, and we eventually met Brad, the guy that runs it, and
he used to be an LFO. If you're
right,
familiar
which
with
is
that
unbelievable. I know all about it. I know a couple of guys from like Boston and Taunton, Massachusetts. They were involved with them too.
Yeah.
That ended up in like rap rock bands. So they all went in different directions, right?
Very different.
Yeah, that's extremely different, which is very cool. I like this. I really like the song on your album a lot called "Pop Destroyed the Scene." I think that's a cool song. Tell me about that song lyrically and where that comes from. Ryan, that's your department.
Well, that's the only song on the record that we co-wrote that song with Brad out from the label.
Basically we actually wrote the music out in it was right when I first joined the band actually, and it was one of the first songs we wrote all together. And we actually wrote in my living room, just kind of played it, but we never wrote the lyrics or anything. So when we demoed it out, we just demoed the music.
Yeah.
And Brad was like, I can write something to this. So we're like, all right. And he brought it back, and there's some cool parts. So we kind of rewrote the song with him, and it's kind of what happened with that. It's kind of more the poppy side of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very poppy.
But interesting that the title's called "Pop Destroyed the Scene" too.
Yeah, we wanted to make kind of like a joke out of it, because it didn't really fit the record.
Yeah, it's different though. I mean, that's why the only reason I brought it up was because it stands out. But a lot of rest of the record's great too. But I thought the title of that song I really enjoyed. I mean, people are always making comments about scenes and how certain pop will destroy the scenes, meaning like just some of the, you know, put together bands. Sure. You know the whole story.
Yeah, there's so much drama with that.
A lot of drama, no question about it. You've done some pretty incredible tours too, with the band. I mean, you've done Warp dates. You've done Play with the Fury. Tell me about some of the.
We did Warp last year, Warp this year. We did Mute Math, Blackpool Lights.
Played Bamboozle this year in New Jersey. That was cool. What else have we
Absolutely.
done? We're about to go on tour with Secondhand Serenade and Permanent Me, so that will be pretty cool.
That's a good bill. We got some Still in Transmission and 2 new indie labels, Still in Transmission and Glassnote has Secondhand Serenade, right?
Yeah.
So there's That's a very cool thing.
Should be cool.
Yeah, we've pretty much been touring for the past year straight, so.
And what is the touring experience like for you guys, especially with guys from being all over the place? How do you get together and rehearse and go through the songs when you got a guy coming in from Philly or from? Or tell me about how that works out with the rest of the guys.
It's actually really tough.
A lot of driving, a lot of flying,
and
it's devotion. It's really it's cool because it means everybody's devoted to doing it.
Yeah, like I said, like we have a guitar player from Des Moines and a drummer from Mississippi, so that's kind of far out. Like New Jersey, North Carolina, just kind of drive up 95, you know. But so we get to see home more than they do. So it's probably harder on them. But we usually practice in Jersey or Ryan's house in North Carolina, and it's kind of what happens. We all kind of meet up like 2 weeks before a tour and just run through those songs and nail them out, you know.
That's cool. Now, all right, Goodnight Moon, you've been out for like a year now. What about next record? Have you been writing songs already for Ryan? Have you been working on things, guys?
We've demoed out probably like 6 or 7 songs and just working with them.
Yeah, we plan on recording. We plan on recording in February.
Are you going to produce yourselves this time, or do you know, or have you talked about working with some other people?
We're going to go with Matt Malpass. Looks like
Matt,
he did like Copeland's Eat, Sleep, Repeat, and he's done a lot of rap.
And you've done some stuff with Copeland before too. You played gigs with them, haven't you?
Yeah, we've done some touring, and Aaron sang on one of our songs. They're singing.
Which is very cool. They're good guys.
It was awesome. Someone we look up to.
Matt actually worked on our old record too, so so we're really comfortable with him. So we figure we might as well just do that again.
How was touring with the Mute Math guys? Did you enjoy hanging out with those guys?
That was cool. That was actually a really pretty short tour, but they're a great band.
They really are.
They're
a great band.
Perfect.
Well, guys, Goodnight Moon is a really great record, and we're looking forward to the next one. And is there anything? So are you gonna go back on the road as soon as you record your next record, or are you gonna stay on the road pretty much right until that time?
Well, we plan on being out. We have this next tour coming up with Secondhand Serenade. We're coming back out on a headlining tour in November. We'll probably take December off and maybe some of January, do the record, and we'll probably try to get right back on the road right after. We don't want to stay off the radar too long, you know?
Yeah, it's important to keep out there and to keep networking. You guys have made a lot of great friends on the road and worked with a lot of good bands as well.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Guys, thanks so much for coming by. It was great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Ryan and Mike from Rookie of the Year, everybody. And we're going to check out right now part of their performance right here at the Dewey Beach Music Conference 2007.